Did Ukraine try to assassinate Vladimir Putin with a drone this week? And did Moscow respond with a flurry of missile attacks that reheated a war that seemed to have started to cool down as retaliation? You see, these questions are buzzing across Europe and the concerned capitals of the world, and not without reason, by the way. Let's just take a closer look at the developments over the last 48 hours. Let's just piece them together for you. On the 27th of April, this report emerged. It said that Kyiv recently hatched a plot to kill Putin outside the Russian capital. And this plot was apparently the brainchild of Ukraine's secret service. This report was based on a claim that was made by a prominent Ukrainian journalist. His name is Yuri Romanenko. He is the chief editor of Kvylya, a Ukrainian website. And in an extensive post on Twitter, he claimed that last week, Ukrainian intelligence officials received information about Putin's visit to the industrial park in Rodnevo. And accordingly, they came up with a plan to kill him. They apparently sent a Kamikaze drone, which has a range of up to 800 kilometers. This drone was laden with 17 kgs of explosives. It managed to fly over the border and pass by Russia's air defense systems. It was supposed to explode and kill the Russian leader right when he arrives in Rodnevo. But before it could do that, the drone crashed. And how did it crash? Was it shot down or did it malfunction? What really happened? Maybe someone knows, but no one is talking about this. All we know is that the wreckage of a drone was found just a few miles from Moscow. It had crashed in a village called Voroskogo. The local police saying that it was stuffed with 17 kgs of explosives. Now, was this the assassin drone? Well, the Russians will not say, but here's what they are doing instead. This morning, they launched a wave of airstrikes across Ukraine. The worst hit were the cities of Uman, Kyiv, Kremenchuk, Dnipro, Mykolaiv, and Poltava. And these strikes were the biggest in 2 months. They left a total of 19 people dead, besides damaging critical infrastructure. And now have a look at these images. They are from Uman. They show firefighters battling a deadly blaze. After the missile strikes, reports say one of them even hit a residential building. And at another site in Oman, officials were seen digging through the rubble and removing bodies after the deadly strikes. And last we checked, the rescue operations were still underway.
Today at 4:30 am, the enemy launched a missile attack on the town of Uman. One of the missiles hit a 9-story residential building. The first entrance to the building was almost completely destroyed. According to the preliminary data, 109 people lived in the building. 46 flats were damaged and 27 were completely destroyed. Emergency rescue operations are currently underway.
I was sitting at my computer and there was a powerful explosion. It struck me in the back. I tried to turn on the light and it didn't work. I went immediately to look for my children. My wife was in the living room with my younger son. I couldn't open the door. When I opened it, I saw nothing.
And have a look at these images now. They are from Dnipro. They show rescue workers at the sites of the missile strikes. And reports say a woman and her 3-year-old daughter were apparently killed in the strikes. So what exactly was Russia targeting? Military infrastructure, is it? Was it a government hideout or an energy facility? Well, there is no clarity, and Ukrainian officials are saying that the attacks were not aimed at anything in particular, that they had no military purpose. In fact, they say Russia's intention was to just inflict as much damage as it can and intimidate the civilians. But how do we view this? You see, one interpretation says that these airstrikes indicate that Russia's spring offensive has started. So is Moscow about to launch a new round of attacks as far as Ukraine is concerned? Will these strikes be followed by more such assaults? Or were they just a retaliation to Kyiv's attempt of assassinating the Russian president? Is Moscow trying to send out a message to the Ukrainian leadership? I mean, just join the dots and sketch the scenario. On Monday, Ukraine hatches a plot to kill Putin. By midweek, the plot makes global headlines on Thursday. And by Friday morning, Russia rains down missiles on Ukrainian cities. If the drone was an assassin drone, Kyiv was playing a dangerous and foolhardy game. Because this is not the kind of brinkmanship that Ukraine's closest allies would approve. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.